Right, I'm recording. If you put it on loudspeaker so that... and I can make sure that the sound's coming through.
Okay. Well, I need this to kind of work first.
And if you just hold the... Oh, come on, stand up. There we go. If you just hold the phone, like, near it. And I'll be like... If it's too loud, I'll be like...
I'm going to put it on speaker.
Yeah.
Okay. Hi, Marcus.
How are you both?
Good, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, good. Had a long day of various meetings and things, so I'd be heading home. How's the blog going? How's blog life?
It's going quite well, actually.
Yeah.
I mean, slowly but surely.
Yeah, we've just been to Burley with the media.
That was good fun.
We're going to Hoy's for one day.
Yeah, I'll be there all week, so...
Oh, good.
Meet up there.
Oh, that'd be great.
Yeah, which day are you going?
Wednesday.
Oh, okay, perfect. We've got my committee meeting there that day, actually, with again, I'll be in the meeting this morning, but we've got 2 sessions. Are you there morning and evening?
Yeah, well, you can be there all day. We're in from 6:30, so we can be there till 10 to 11 in the evening. So
6:30 in the morning?
yeah, that's when it opens.
I wonder if you want to come in early, because we actually have a practice. I don't know our practice schedule. We're normally practicing around 5:30, 6.
We can get there for then.
Yep.
That'd be good fun for you to see the team in their bleary-eyed practice state, and then
And they can see us in our bleary-eyed morning state.
down to the stable area as well. So,
That would be perfect.
yeah, when I find out the actual timetable of that, which should be next week, I'll let you know. 'Cause that would be that'd be a good opportunity for you if you're serious about getting there that early.
Definitely. We've done worse.
Yes. Yeah, we were at badminton, didn't you? You marked out like 8 horses before you got to badminton.
I marked out 13 stables.
Oh, 13.
So when we were at badminton, because both of us work on yards, the deal with me being able to leave earlier was that I started the yard at like 5 and just got all of the horses mucked out, so no one had to do any mucking out, but it did mean doing 13 stables in about 2 hours.
Oh my goodness. Piece of cake then getting up to 5 o'clock or whatever.
I don't think I've ever moved so fast in my entire life. Like, I don't think I've ever mucked out that quickly.
Well, it'll be great fun, and it's always just brilliant, but it's this bizarre bubble of living in a car park in Birmingham for the week, and you find yourself picking off straw flower arrangements, just sort of attack and turn out to try and get the most marks. It is an extraordinary thing. So yeah, okay. So far away.
You can start.
I can start.
You
Okay.
can start.
Okay. Hello everyone, welcome to this episode of the Pony Podcast. This one's very exciting because it's the first time we're trying with someone not here having an interview.
Yeah, so that's the reason it sounds a little bit weird, because we've got someone on Skype, which is very exciting. Or not Skype, we've got a phone call.
Yeah.
We've got a caller.
So today on the end of the phone we've got Marcus Capel, who is the Chief Executive of the Pony Club. He's the chairman of the Mounted Games Committee and has been involved with Mounted Games for the last 20 years. And we're going to give you a bit of an overview of what Mounted Games is, why you should get involved, because we've got Hoy's coming up.
Yeah.
And it's great fun and we thought you should all know a bit more about it.
It is one of my favourite things to watch at those big competitions, like the Mounted Games races. A, because I used to do games, so I can appreciate how much fun it is. But B, like, those ponies move so quick, so quickly, and the riders are so athletic. Like, I don't remember ever being that athletic when I was that young. Like, I tried, but I never got there.
It is a great fun sport. It is brilliant. It's so accessible, and it is. Yeah, Hoy's is the pinnacle, but it's everyone having fun. You know, in the field in February with the little hairy ponies, and just practicing and developing their skills and their riding. And it is, anyone can have a go, and adults do it as well, so I'm sure we'll talk about that a bit later anyway.
So if we start with quite a simple question, so what is Mounted Games?
Okay, it's akin to stunt racing in that they're relay races, and it can be played as a team, and invariably there's 4 riders go in a race, and the races test the rider and the pony in terms of their speed, their agility, their manners and their training. So you might, for example, carry a baton, a relay baton, and weave in and out of a set of 5 poles, turn around at the top, come back and hand the baton over to your next rider, and they'll repeat that, all 4 riders, and that's the bending race. You might do a race where you have to balance things onto equipment, so balance the ball onto a cone, so you need to have a pony that will stop and have good manners and wait while you lean off it. And then there'll also be races where you have to jump off your pony, and as you get better and practice, the easier way to get back on rather than using a stirrup would be to vault back on. So that's where the stunt racing element comes in, because it's great fun. You do a standing vault at the top, but actually most of them do a running vault, and that's what you'll see at the top level. It's really exciting, and it's not surprising lots of our members do go on to become stunt riders and do lots of film work and things, because it's a great skill, very athletic.
That was going to be my question, because there's so much like hurling yourself around. Do lots of people go on to be stunt riders and that sort of thing?
Yes, they do. So you'll see them in Warhorse, Outlander. Both my sons did the games. They're both in those films, the TV
cool.
series. I've ridden with the Dents. They do a lot of stunt work. So Angelina Jolie was the last film I did some with my boys. But there's a whole network of ex-pony club riders that ride with the Devil's Horseman. And
oh God, that's so cool.
But also through other careers open up through the pony club, the King's Troop and those things, and having that grounding in horses and ponies, not just in their care, but having that all-round agility and ability, getting on and off a pony and a horse. And the great thing about the games is your hands are busy doing the equipment, so your balance and your seat are developing naturally, because your legs and your seat are doing the work while your hands are lifting off the ball or the carton or the cone or the mug. So and you become very adept at adjusting your position. The pony moves sharply, you're going with the pony. So I know a lot of badminton winners have done games at some point during their pony club life and things like that. So it's a really good grounding for other sports, but also you can go on using those skills specifically into adult life. So yeah, you can tell I'm really passionate about it.
Yeah. No, I have to say I'm similar. I love games. I never got the chance to do it in Pony Club, but I've been helping to train my Branches Mounted Games team for the last 2 years, and it's got to the stage where they're really accurate now and they're really good, but they don't know how to vault yet. And they've asked me if I'll take it on again this year, and I've said I'll only do it if I can learn how to vault, so that I can teach them how to vault. And I've found a friend who she used to do games, and so she's got a pony, so I'm gonna rope her in and get her to teach me.
Someone tried to teach me how to do a running vault, and it did not click for me. And I was the sort of child where like something either clicked and I could do it immediately, or it just didn't work in my brain and I couldn't do it at all. So running vaults was never something that I was able to do.
We've got everybody to vault. It is just in the technique. It's the pony moving forward that pulls on. You must face forward. There's my top tip. You must face. People tend to jump onto their tummies, but actually your left hand right up the mane as far towards the ears as you can. Your right hand tucked over the far side of the pommel. Twist your hips so you're running along with the pony, and you run along beside the pony and you jump forward. By the time you're in the air, the pony's taking another stride forward, so you jump forward to their shoulder, 2 feet onto the floor, and use that as your bounce up and throw your right leg over.
I really want to try it. If I had a horse who wouldn't absolutely lose her mind if I tried it, I would be doing it every day.
Obliging, depending on your height, so we'd try and find a fairly obliging
something stocky.
For the younger members. 11.2 is ideal. For smaller adults, 13.2 ideal. 40 hands if you're a big adult. I can get onto my big hunter and big event horse at 17.2 with a running vault. I can't do it at all with a standing vault. You need to be a lot more agile with standing vaults. But
that's how they get on. That's how they get on all the horses out in Ireland. So I went to try a horse out in Ireland, and every single horse I went to see, all they do is trot them down the yard and vault on. And every single place, they'd be like, "Okay, so you get on," and I'd be like, "Ha ha ha, no."
If you can do that, I had some event horses that were just fairly loopy in the shop, and to be able to just hang onto their backs without them having to stand still. It's not ideal for training a horse because they should be taught to stand still, but just to get on is fine. things. So another good skill you can develop. But we'll have to meet up, and I'll teach you to vault. No problem.
Yeah.
Deal.
I can see a YouTube video coming out of this. Pony Pod learns to vault.
both hosts fall flat on face.
Having that live record, it would go down well, I'm sure.
So there are so many different games out there. Which is your favourite to watch?
Oh goodness. I love ones that do different sorts of skill. I love a race called Windsor Castle, where because the riders all do a different job, and it tells a bit of a story. So the first rider balances a turret onto a big cone and then rides up to the top. The next rider comes down and they've got an orb, which is a gold on the turret. The third rider is the baddie. They take the ball off the turret, and they drop it into the moat, which is a bucket of water. And then the last rider then has to rescue the ball from the moat, the orb from the moat, and place it back on the turret. But they're the ones, some of them can jump off and pick up the ball out of the bucket and jump back on, but you get some of them are really, really stretchy and flexible, and they come galloping down and they're dipping their hand into the bucket, and out it comes with the orb, and they gallop down, and then the pony stops dead while they balance it onto the turret. So you've got it all in that one run. You've got the agility, the speed, and the manners. The pony's manners are just vital. So
I think my favourite's got to be the sack race, where all the members have to get into a big sack at the end, and then they all have to synchronise jumping, because there's always one who tries to jump too quickly and then pulls them all over.
Yeah, you must have get a bunch of parents. When the parents are going on and on about, oh, why can't you do this, why can't you do that to their children, get the 4 parents into a big shoe, try and get the 4 of them all jumping at the same time and forward, and it's hilarious. So it's exhausting, that race, but we deliberately put that in the last race now for the Prince Phillip Cup, because you're all in it together. So many times the Prince Phillip Cup has been won or lost on the last race, and it's a lot for one person to have on their shoulders if they make a mistake, whereas actually, you know what, if the 4 of you are in that sack and you fall over, you're all in it together. And it's great fun. It's really good. The crowd love it. It's exhausting, absolutely exhausting. But it's just, again, it's something the kids can manage. They can practice without, you don't need the best ponies in the world for that. You know, there's 4 of you riders in a sack, you can coordinate that and practice that. So, that is a good one, the big sack. Little sack is fun to watch as well, and the techniques they use, and whether they're running or hopping or skipping sideways or whatever they do. Lots of different techniques. And again, I love that with the games. You can do lots of different ways of doing the races, and everyone comes up with a slight advantage if we do this, if we do that. You know, looking out for every angle, which is good fun as well. You know, it's all the tactics. There's a lot you can do with it. And then with a team sport, you're only as good as your individual member, so you've got to support each other and you've got to play to each other's strengths.
Yeah. What we're saying about the sack race being really good fun to watch. What gives you inspiration for any new games you put in and things that will draw the crowds in at Hoy's? Because I remember one year they had the worm race, where they had a member in a sleeping bag, a pink sleeping bag with antenna, and they pushed them in a wheelbarrow, and that has been going around for years, and I'm not sure how long ago it was, but everyone remembers that.
You would laugh, because lots of our races are thought up on the long journeys when we're in the horse lorry to various things, and it whiles away the conversation when you think, what about? But actually, if you get a brief from Ahoy's, for example, a sponsor coming on board, so a worming company, what can you do? And there's various things you can hang furry worms up, you can do, and actually that came about. That was my wife thought of. You know what? If you stick a kid in a pink sleeping bag, and actually that then developed into what can we do with them? Bearing in mind they've got to have the helmets on, it's got to be safe, etc. But the hilarious thing that was the wheelbarrow and the other member pushing them in the wheelbarrow, and of course the kids then take it on and they're having the fun. So when they get to the end, they're tipping them out, and the crowd loves that, the worms are rocking around, and just really hilarious to watch. So, but those sleeping bags were being sewn out in the car park at the NEC at Hoy.
Is there ever a part of you that kind of goes, how stupid can we make children look, and how much will the ponies put up with?
There's always that concern that you never want to humiliate any kid. You want crowd entertainment, and we brief the kids so thoroughly. We say, look, You're going to have a TV camera in your face. You're going to have people who just think it's brilliant when you make mistakes. They love it when stacks of things fall over, when things go wrong, a child loses a pony galloping free. The
Very true.
It is. People love it, don't they?
Yeah.
You brief the kids, you say, you know, you keep on smiling, whatever happens, and it's a big lesson in life. But the commentators are great. We brief them well as well. We have one of my committees sat up there running them through what to expect in a race, why has it gone wrong, what's happening. So they've got that word in their ear, so they can then relay that out to the crowd so they understand. And yeah, that they really, we have the cow race, for example, which is always a great surprise. If you've never seen it before, you suddenly have this cow costume pulled out from a bag in the middle, and then this kid dressed up in a cow to race across the line. You think, what on earth has that got to do with...
I don't think I have seen that before.
But the actual race itself, the elements before that are the kids picking up the milk bottles and placing them, the skill is picking them up at speed and placing them into the carrier, and then you've got the milkman coming back with the milk, and that's where the cow comes in.
Yeah.
The actual thing of the kids getting dressed up. So we try and think of big visual races so that the crowd can understand and engage in like that.
Yeah.
But we also like the slick races that they play a lot throughout the season. So your bending race where you're weaving it out, your sock race where you're jumping on and off, your flag race. So what we'd say were the core standard races, we try and make the final more of those type of races so that they are really demonstrating all of their skills and have that opportunity to be really slick, which is, again, really exciting for a crowd to watch. So it's a balance of that opportunity for them to look really good and demonstrate their skills and their ponies training, as well as the fun element. And if we get the balance right, everyone's happy. The riders don't mind a fun, silly race if the rest of the races are really good. So
Do they have a chance to
practice them up over the sessions?
Do they have a chance to practice the silly races, or are they just kind of like they get there and like they have to think on their feet?
We always at Hoyt, we always throw them one, if not two races that are just off the wall. They won't be expecting them. Some of them are a permutation on a standard race, so that they're already used to running the race, but we might throw in an element of dressing up just to give it a twist. But we also try and come up with something new, and they expect that. And again, to be honest, at that top level, their ponies are so well trained, and they should be so well trained that they should be able to cope with whatever we ask them to do. And that actually gives it another element in terms of the racing over the whole week, because Hoyt is a whole week of competition, so it's picking up points throughout the week. And then, of course, you have the final, but you've already accumulated the points up for that stage. So they get to practice the races at Hoyt. So we have very early morning starts, up at 5, practicing 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning, and then it's briefing afterwards, and the riders go back to bed. Then it's get up, breakfast, get ready for lunchtime, early afternoon slot in the show, get back doing the ponies, sorting out a discussion with your trainer, whatever. Then it's getting ready for the evening performance and the briefing after each performance and so on, and it goes on through. So although they're only on twice a day, it's a packed week, and by the end of it, they are exhausted. Good fun, mate.
So moving away from Hoys a bit, if anyone wants to get involved, are there any specific requirements for riders?
Not at all. Enthusiasm, keenness to go. The great thing about the games, Prince Phillip, he devised it in the 50s for a competition to be accessible for riders. So a well-mannered pony that goes when you want it to go and stops when you ask it to stop. It doesn't have to be a fast pony. A well-mannered pony is the best requirement from the rider. Absolutely, just someone who wants to get in there and have a bit of fun, work as a team. We're not precious, you have to enjoy the up times, because you'll be face down in the mud the next time. So that's horses. But getting started in a branch, you need somebody who's got a bit of an idea about the races and the techniques, because there's lots of techniques that make your life easier, or you can develop your own.
That's kind of where I came in when I've been doing my training. We had a girl who used to do games, and she did some fun training, and I watched her and got some techniques from her. And then I've been coming to the mounted game study days. I think I've been to 3 now, and watching how they ride them,
Yeah.
picking up tips and being like, oh, we're going to try that when I train my team and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's it. Those study days are great. So whether it's the National Study Day, which we're holding out in February, or whether it's a regional study day, a bit more local to people, it's a chance to discuss rules and general issues, but also to talk about techniques and what works best. Things like when you pull a flag out, if you turn it up so your hand is in a better position to hand it over to the next rider, rather than presenting the rider with the back of your hand where your elbow is restricted in its movement. It's things like that just work a bit better. And you'll see some people say, oh, this team always wins. Well, actually, if you break it down, they'll be doing certain things that make their job a bit easier. They'll be stopping their pony with what we call an S at the equipment. So they ride to the right of the bin and turn left. So it's a turn on the haunches in effect, which just checks the pony a little bit and gets it in the right position for the rider then to be able to bend down and put the equipment on safely, rather than trying to stop in a dead straight line from a gallop.
And it gives them a bit more time as well around the table.
Yeah, there's all those sorts of things, and not rushing equipment, but pushing away. It's exactly the same if you were jumping. You set yourself up for the fence, and then you move away afterwards. And it's the same with all the equipment with the games. So yeah, there's lots of little things you can pick up that and it's those little gains that add up when you're racing 4 people in a team. If each one saves half a second, you're 2 seconds ahead of somebody. That's a big gap. So, but the great fun is you can do it at any level. You can be successful at a games competition by just getting a race right, or you might be able to make a final, or you might even be able to get a placing. And yes, you might win and qualify and go on. And
I'm always telling my team that, because they're always trying to go really fast, and I'm like, you're going to be so much faster if you don't make any mistakes.
Yeah.
Because if you drop something, everyone drops something, you're going to be behind. And like, don't watch the other team, because they might be ahead now, but they could knock their stack over, and if you don't knock yours over, you're going to be ahead.
No, definitely. There is a real element to, let's get this right, break it down. You're stopping here, you go there, programming them. Go off the line, you take a check, bend round here, take a check here, get it all right. And then when they're doing that, then yes, there's a case for, okay, now let's do that a little bit faster. But there's no point in galloping all over the place. The top teams make it look effortless. They seem to have a lot of time at equipment, and they're still ahead of you. And it's because they are speeding up in the best places. They're using the speed off the line, getting away from the equipment, all of that. But they're taking all the time that's needed at the equipment itself. They're pausing to put it into the flag holder or onto the cone or whatever, and that's really key. Keep going with your team. Keep telling them that.
Do you find
gallop everywhere.
Do you find it's easy to train ponies to be good at games, or it's easier to find a pony with a natural ability for it?
All ponies are trainable. Some are better than others. The lovely thing about games is ponies can have a very, very long career. So jumping ponies that maybe aren't jumping anymore can go on with lots of our ponies are into their mid-late 20s easily, well looked after, and it's a sport they can carry on doing. But in terms of finding it's the mannered pony, and it's a sport that you can still make the pony in, because it just needs to learn what the equipment is. So we've had ponies that have been worried by equipment, and you have the litter cane and the litter stick in their stable. You
and
take
flags.
them up to the arena, and just like you would school them for any sport, you take them round the bin, or you teach them to go and stop, and you just do that for a few minutes, and then go for a nice hack, and then that's that base training going on, and you just build that up. And then you put that into practice in a competition scenario, whether that's just with a few friends taking changeovers, and then that develops into going to a friendly and getting them used to the whole atmosphere and commentary and everything like that. So it does help in many ways if a pony's been around a little bit and done other things, because they are used to commentary, but it's a lot to ask a very young pony to come in and be happy with it. So we tend to do better with training a new pony has done other stuff before, even if it hasn't done games. If it's an all-round pony club pony, then the right sort of starting material. Like I say, jumping ponies that are light-mouthed can be very successful. It does help if the pony's not too spooky, but you can train them. It just takes a little bit longer. And yes, the ideal pony is one that is very quick with a lovely mouth that has lots of manners. But I would go for the mouth and manners over speed any day.
Yes.
as a starting point, you can save a lot of time by being neat in your turns and having good breaks over speed. And we've certainly won a lot over the years, and I've seen teams win with well-mannered ponies that maybe aren't as fast as others. So that's a good top tip as well.
So we spoke a lot at the beginning about hoys. How do the teams qualify for hoys and get there?
So as I say, you can do games at any level. You can do any rallies and things. But actually, if you form a team, you can go to what they call an area competition, which is based in one of the 19 areas across England, Northern Ireland, Scotland and Wales. And you will then, that's the first qualifying round, and there will be at least 2 qualifiers from an area, and they'll go through to what we call our zone finals. So the areas are held between April, May, and then our zone finals are in July, and these competitions for the areas you run through maybe 8 races, and the zones you'll do 10 races, which may be different, and the winner of that zone final goes directly to Hoys.
Wow.
So it's a three-round competition of area, zone, and then Hoys, and that gives us 4 teams for Hoys. But we've brought in the last few years another level of competition, which is the championships, whereby if you don't make it directly from a zone, if you're the 2nd to 7th, the next 6 places get a second chance at the championships, and they'll run a competition, and the top 2 teams from that championships also go to Hoys.
Oh,
So
wow.
actually, it's great, because people used to be, if you have a really good team in your area, you'll say, oh, well, they'll always go, Eglinton will always go, Atherton will always go, whatever, but actually, you could end up with 3 teams from your area going, because one could go direct from the zones, and the 2 best teams could then go from the championship. So it's opened it up a lot.
That must be nice, because I guess when you get to Hoys, you're kind of all in together, so it means you meet people from, like, if there are loads of you from your area, you meet other people who are in your area, and you like make friends outside of your branch.
Yes, it's a brilliant circuit, and like I said, it's all around the country, and you drop your ramp in a field, and everyone's all around and supporting, and because it's a team sport, you're all in it together. And often now they're camping overnight for a couple of nights. It's a weekend competition, and especially things like Hoys, and we have Royal Windsor Horse Show as well for the home international that we have there, and then those teams go on to compete by invitation of the Irish Pony Club. They go over to the Curragh, over to Ireland, and compete over there. So there's an international circuit as well.
Because there's a Mounted Games exchange as well, isn't there, through Pony Club?
That's right. So we have an exchange with Great Britain, United States of America, Canada, and Australia. And so riders are selected to go, and that rotates around the 4 countries. So our riders have just come back from the States, which was great. They were second, Australia won. We've hosted it last year up in Yorkshire and up in Scotland. And those are great. They're a 2-week exchange. It's all about making the friends, getting to know the different countries and places, and the friendships they make, they last a lifetime, and the contacts, and it just opens the world up. So really, really exciting.
So as we said, you were the Pony Club Mounted Games chair. What made you get involved with Mounted Games, and why do you think it's a discipline that we should promote?
My wife. My honeymoon was spent at a games competition, funnily enough. We got married and went down to New Forest, and that was standing in the middle of the field, and it's a case of, well, I might as well start getting into this sport. But actually, it's such an accessible sport. You don't have to be horsey to enjoy it. So you see it at county shows, and the crowd love it because it's racing. The last rider has a white hat band. When they cross the line, that team's finished. So you can see who's going to win, and you can see the points build up, and it's fast and it's fun. But from the horses, I'm an eventer, and I just really appreciate the skill involved in games and how that translates into other skills for other sports. and I love schooling flat working ponies, and I mess around doing some games myself now, even at my great age. So it's great fun, and you can tell I'm passionate about it because I think it's something that everyone can have a go at, irrespective of your horse or pony, and it can lead into much bigger things. So that's how I got involved, and that's why I'm still committed to it.
So you mentioned that you sort of still do a bit of games, but with Pony Club, once you're 16, you can't take part anymore. Is there a way that you can take part, or even not in Pony Club, that you can still play games?
Well, in Pony Club, we did open it up. So last year, we brought in a pairs competition for the first time, where, for two reasons. For some branches that couldn't make a team of 4, which is the minimum, ideally 5.
Tess is looking at me saying we should make a pair.
Absolutely, you can. And we opened up the pairs on that basis that branches could field a pair, 2 riders, but also we increased the age, and we increased it up to 18. And we always tried for a couple of years. And whether we increase that age further. So in the Pony Club, you can carry on doing mounted games in the Pony Club for a few years, but there are other organisations that do mounted games for adults, so and covering the whole range there. So there's people riding in their games, and again, this is internationally. I know it's very big in Australia, into your 40s and 50s if your body can stand it. So great fun.
40s and 50s. I don't think my body could stand it now.
We'll find you a pony, you'll be fine.
I'm using your ponies, we're not using mine. Mine, once she realised it was fun, would never do anything else. She'd be a games pony, that would be it.
I've got one that would be really good at like the races where you pick up and put down stuff because she would stand.
Yeah.
And I've got another one that would be really good at stuff like bending. Because she would zoom up and zoom down again.
I think when she realised that she should stand still and then she's quicker, I think then she would. I think then she'd be good.
No.
I had a pony that Alex's sister now has, and he's only like 14-1, and I was very proud of myself when I realised that I could pick up my iPad off the side of the school at home, which is just a plank high. And when I realised I could pick up my iPad without getting off him, I was very pleased with myself.
Well, that's what we get the training. Can you touch your pony's shoulder? Can you touch their knee? Can you touch their fetlock? Can you touch the ground? And actually having that confidence to scoop around. But again, actually, the faster you go, the pony leans in at an angle, and you'll see lots of the riders pick up stuff off the ground.
Yeah.
And some of our racers deliberately do that skill. So that's where, when you're a bit younger and more flexible, it does help. But,
yeah, definitely not anymore.
The training of the ponies is key. My son's just retrained a racing pony that just wants to gallop really fast, but actually he now stands like a rock while you hang things up onto rattly pegboards and all sorts. But he still likes to go fast. But he's learned that he's allowed to go fast, but then he has to listen to the rider. So it's that balance. It's all in the training.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much for taking the time to speak to us. If people want to find out more about mounted games, where can they go?
You've got your Pony Club branches and centres all across the country. There will be a place near you. We have 330 branches and 450 centres. So the centres, you don't even need to have your own pony. If you go onto a website and look up Pony Club, the website is pcuk.org. There's a branch finder there. You can look up a local branch or centre and find out more there. And we have all the rule books and things are online as well. There'll be somebody near you who knows a bit more about games, and the committee are always very happy to go and help branches and centres get going. So if a centre or a branch needs some help getting going, they can contact myself or anyone on my committee who are spread across the country, and we'll support them and help them get them up and running. So yeah, have a go.
Yeah.
Well, fab. Thank you so much. And for anyone listening, you obviously know how to get involved there. If you want to get involved more with different podcast topics that we can do, you can email us at theponypod@gmail.com or message us on Instagram or Facebook, because we'll hopefully have lots more like this where people have asked to learn more about something and then we can get that information to them.
And we'll make sure that we put lots of pictures and videos up when we go to Hoy's.
Yeah, go to the training.
Yep.
I'm very excited for that.
Bright and early.
Early morning. Get the coffee ready. Thank you, both.
That's all right. Thanks so much for coming.
Okay.
Bye.